Hey guys, how are we all doing? Yeah, going to be a quick video today, hopefully not too long. I'm just going to run through the Sega Master System PAL Peripheral full set. Bit of a mouthful, but I have now finished all of the peripherals that were the first party Sega made add-ons. So I'm going to run through them, a quick unboxing, because a lot of these I've covered in separate videos, so do go and check those out. So we'll get started. So the first one is going to be the handle controller. This was essentially a steering wheel made by Sega for people to use with playing things like whether it be Hang On or Outrun, that sort of thing. And I'm going to be ultra careful because it's old, a bit like myself. But yeah, essentially, and you can also get the pedals that you can use a third party, so I don't have those yet. But yeah, you have a cable which hooks into your one end into your master system, and then that end goes into the back of this. And yeah, it looks awesome. I've used it a few times. It's a little bit awkward and clunky, but it is quite a cool thing to have and to use. So yeah, I really enjoy having it in the collection for sure. They're not cheap to pick up, unfortunately, and to get one in a box with all of the inners and stuff is pretty hard going these days. So I got a bit lucky. So that's one. I'm just going to move that out of the way there. Right. So the next one are the Sega 3D glasses. Now I do have a sealed box for anybody that watched my video of stuff that I got from Japan a few weeks ago. They're not included because they're actually the Japanese glasses. They're not in the PAL set, so to speak. So I've got two pairs essentially. These ones are pretty old. They're a bit sort of, the box is a bit beaten up and that, but essentially I don't have any polystyrene in there, unfortunately, but we've got, the glasses there, and we've got a, there we go, 3D glasses adapter there. There were only about 8 or 10 games that were designed for the 3D glasses, but they do work pretty well. They were designed, of course, by the legendary Mark Cerny, and yeah, I really like having them in the collection, although I don't use them much because I use a third-party aftermarket alternative made by Asus, which again, separate video that I did for that just recently actually, so do go and check that out. Those Asus ones actually fit an adult head much better, but again, lovely to have in the collection, and needed if you want a PAL peripheral set, so to speak. So the next thing is the humble RF adapter or RF unit, and this is just simply used for rapid fire when you're playing those sort of games, possibly like Rocky, things like that, where you want to be able to use an RF lead like this to get you to the next level, the next stage. This one's boxed. I picked this one up from Pedder. Probably charged me pennies, I would imagine, because he's a legend. But yeah, I don't use it. It's it's still in the box there, and yeah, it's just nice to have. I do have another one as well somewhere. I think I got that from Pedder as well. A little bit dusty because it sits up on the shelf. But yeah, the other one that I use that's hanging around somewhere, that's the one I actually use when I need one. So yeah, nice to have in the collection as well. So we've also got the Sega control stick, and this is like the kind of famous for not being that great, to be honest. And the reason for that is it's kind of left-handed. So you would use it like that, but of course you would want to use your left hand, but you can't. So it's kind of on the wrong side. So, but I've used it a little bit. I can't really get the hang of it, to be honest with you. So it's not something that I use very much. And there was actually, Stu was asking, a guy that I've been speaking with recently was asking a few questions around what sort of came with it. So I've got like some sort of warranty card there, and I've also got in here a, there we go, so it's the Sega control stick. It's just like a piece of paper, and it's like an instruction little leaflet. I'll show that there for you, Stu, because I know you were interested, buddy. So yeah, Sega control stick. Right, so the next one is the Master System controller. This is the Generation 1 control pad that I picked up. You can tell because the wire comes out the side. Just recently picked this one up, and it's also got the little screwing thingy that I stole from my Mark III box, so it fits in really, really well. You can, of course, get the controllers that the lead comes out the top, of course, and I've got loads of those as well. But yeah, the Master System control pad, of course, is required as well. And then you've got the SG Commander, this bad boy. And this is something that I recently picked up. It's pretty cool. I'll show you a little bit closer. It's got these little dial things along the top of the buttons that I think are a bit similar to the rapid fire unit maybe. These things, you can get them boxed, but it's very, very difficult. And there's also a Japanese version as well, and the box has got Japanese written all over it, of course. Hori made a lot of similar peripherals as well. So, but this is the Sega one that you need if you want to get the full peripheral PAL set. So yeah, pretty pleased to have that one. I have tried it and it works great actually, so I've been really pleased with it. I've been having a little bash with it. Okay, and then of course the Sega Light Phaser, which is a phenomenal bit of kit. I did used to have two, but I gave one away to my buddy Seth over in America. Just sort of posted it out to him and whatnot, and he's making use of that now. This is the one I have had for 3 or 4 years now. Picked this one up boxed from a shop in Morecambe that I go to quite regularly called Lee's Games. Brilliant shop, really friendly owner. And yeah, I remember playing quite a bit of Opwolf, and I'm thinking the other game was, I think it was called Rescue Mission. Again, I really need to play these games a lot more regularly. You can actually just see there the Woolworths price sticker in the corner as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is the Light Phaser that came out in PAL territories. In the United States, you might see variants of it with the little orange tip on the top there, just so that local authorities could tell the difference between whether it was real or not. And in Brazil, I believe there was actually a blue version of this that came out as well. Again, so, you know, it couldn't be used in like hostage situations or anything. So yeah, there is the Sega Light Phaser right there. Okay, and that basically is it for the official Sega first party peripherals and accessories. So that's all you need. I do have a couple of bonus items that I'm just going to show off just quickly. So I've also got, I do have a couple of these bad boys. These are the Master System remote control units. And as you can see there, it's actually a Mega Drive controller that you kind of get. But that's how they packaged them. A company called WKK. I do have two of these. I got one that came out in continental Europe as well, but I think this is the one that came out in the UK. I'll show you quickly what it looks like so you can see. So there's a bit of polystyrene that goes across the top there, and then you've got also it's all in there. And I think my other one is actually bagged up. I think it's from like France or Portugal or somewhere. It's got like a big yellow sticker on the other one. So yeah, but there's all the bits that come with it, and it's okay. If you have anybody walk in front of the telly though, it won't work. It just gets confused. But yeah, pretty good. I do also have, and I just realised, I have a honeybee controller made by, who made the honeybees? Was it a company called Composite or Competitive or Competitive, something like that. I can't remember, I need to look it up. But yeah, the honeybee controllers, I've got that, must be in the loft I think, but I do have one of those as well, I just can't show it here. But yeah, the last thing, one of my favourite things is the, this is the, some people call it the trackball. It is of course the Sega Sports Pad. Never came out in England, never came out in PAL territories. I believe it was released, I can't say exclusively, but predominantly in Japan. And I believe there was a very limited release in the United States that went with Great Ice Hockey. That's the game I'm trying to think of. So I think this was released with Great Ice Hockey because it won't run unless you've got the modded, hacked version. It won't actually run that game on a control pad. But this will, when you can get it working, it will run quite a few other games as well. It is a bit of a problem getting it running for any length of time. I believe a lot of static actually builds up underneath these things. So, you know, they run great for a little while, but when the static sort of builds up in them from moving the trackball, it just almost becomes unusable. Reminds me a lot of playing Golden Tee in the pub. Anyone remember Golden Tee? Show my age a bit, perhaps. Anyway, guys, that's kind of everything for the peripherals. I have a lot of other stuff, of course, but I really just wanted to talk around the PAL peripheral and accessory set that I've just finished off, that I'm dead chuffed to have, and of course those extra couple of bonus items that I wanted to show off as well. Anyway, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. Much appreciated. I've got tons of other videos, all dedicated to the Sega Master System for the most part. So please go and check them out if you haven't already. And do give me a thumbs up if you enjoy the video. It's very much appreciated. And I really enjoy reading people's comments as well. So if you've got any thoughts, ideas, questions, then leave a comment below and I'll do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. Thanks ever so much.
Comes that English idiot who thinks he can speak our language.
Good morning. Good morning. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Oh, do let us have the good news.